1. Introduction to Stoic Revenge, the power of self-mastery. Have you ever experienced betrayal, hurt, or disrespect? When we are wronged, the instinctual reaction is often to seek revenge. It's natural to feel the urge to get even, to balance the scales of justice in our favor. However, what if I told you that the best revenge is not an act of retaliation or anger? In fact, the most powerful form of revenge is not about confronting your wrongdoer at all. The ancient Stoics, philosophers from ancient Greece and Rome, had a different perspective, one that has the potential to leave your enemies powerless while elevating you to a higher state of being. Revenge, in the traditional sense, often revolves around getting back at someone who has hurt or betrayed us. We might feel the need to make them pay for their actions, to show them the consequences of their behavior. But Stoicism teaches us that this desire for revenge is a waste of our energy. Instead of focusing on what others have done to us, we can focus on what we can do for ourselves, what we can control. The Stoics understood that true strength lies not in getting even, but in mastering our own reactions and emotions. Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, said it best: the best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury. This concept challenges us to look inward, to rise above the behavior of those who seek to harm us. When we react emotionally, we give others power over our feelings and our actions. Instead, the Stoics advocate for emotional detachment, taking control of our own minds, thoughts, and reactions. This form of emotional self-mastery is more than just a defensive strategy. It is a form of personal empowerment. Imagine this scenario. Someone betrays your trust, and instead of seeking revenge, you simply refuse to allow their actions to disrupt your peace. You rise above the negativity, stay calm, and move forward with purpose. The moment you stop giving your power away to someone who wronged you is the moment they lose their influence over you. Your growth and peace become your most effective response. By embracing Stoicism, we learn that true power doesn't come from hurting others. It comes from transforming our pain into an opportunity for growth. Rather than allowing betrayal or disrespect to define us, we can redefine ourselves and use these challenges as stepping stones to become stronger, wiser, and more resilient. 2. Success is the best response. Living well is the ultimate revenge when someone betrays, hurts, or disrespects you. The natural reaction might be to seek revenge. We want them to feel the same pain they caused us, to make them understand the consequences of their actions. However, Stoicism teaches us a powerful lesson. The greatest form of revenge is living well. In fact, true success is the ultimate response. To those who doubt you or wish to bring you down, imagine this. There's someone who has wronged you. Maybe they doubted your abilities or tried to sabotage your progress. What if, instead of focusing on making them pay or proving them wrong in a confrontational way, you simply focus on your own growth and success? This shift in mindset is at the core of Stoic philosophy. The Stoics believe that the best way to get back at those who hurt us is not through retaliation, but through flourishing and thriving in our own lives. One of the most powerful teachings comes from Epictetus, who said, "It is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This means that your success, your ability to rise above the negativity, becomes the most meaningful response to any form of disrespect or harm. When you choose to live a life of growth, it sends a message far stronger than any act of revenge could. You are unshaken. Think about someone who has underestimated you or tried to bring you down. They see you succeeding, despite their actions. It changes the narrative entirely. They might have expected you to fail, to crumble under pressure, but instead, you're excelling. Your success is louder than any words could ever be. It's not about proving them wrong or rubbing your achievements in their face, but rather letting your success speak for itself. Living well doesn't just mean achieving material success. It's about living with integrity, focus, and purpose. When you live in alignment with your values, pursuing your goals with dedication and discipline, you show that nothing can derail your path. The person who sought to harm you becomes irrelevant because your life is filled with meaning and fulfillment. So the next time you feel wronged, instead of thinking about revenge, ask yourself, how can I live my life in a way that demonstrates my strength, my resilience, and my commitment to growth? The answer to that question will lead you to the most powerful form of revenge: success. 3. Control what you can. How to take back your power in life. We face moments where others wrong us, betray our trust, or cause us harm. The natural impulse is to focus on the hurt and try to control the situation or the person who caused it. However, the Stoics offer us a liberating insight. Focus on what you can control and let go of what you cannot. This simple principle is the key to regaining your power and reclaiming your peace in the face of adversity. Epictetus, one of the most influential Stoic philosophers, said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This statement is a reminder that, while we cannot control other people's actions, we always have control over our responses. We can choose how we react to life's challenges when someone wrongs us, instead of getting caught up in the emotions that arise. We have the ability to pause, reflect, and choose a more composed and rational response. The act of controlling your reaction is a powerful one. When someone insults or disrespects you, your immediate response might be anger, frustration, or a desire to retaliate. However, these emotions only tie you to the situation and give the person who wronged you control over your emotional state. Stoicism teaches us to detach ourselves from external events, meaning we learn not to let other people's actions disturb our inner peace by focusing on what we can control, our thoughts, actions, and attitudes. We start to take back our power. Instead of spending mental energy on anger or revenge, we redirect that energy towards personal growth, improvement, and moving forward. When we make this shift, we stop giving the wrongdoer space in our minds. We stop letting their actions dictate our happiness or progress. Think of a situation where someone betrayed your trust. If you continue to focus on their actions, you are still allowing them to impact your life. But when you choose to focus on what you can control, such as learning from the experience, setting boundaries, or improving yourself, you'll break free from their hold. In the end, the more you focus on improving yourself and cultivating peace within, the less you will be affected by what others do. You regain your inner strength. Those who wronged you lose their influence over your life. Point 4. Master your emotions. How emotional control leads to true freedom. One of the central tenets of Stoicism is the importance of emotional mastery. Ability to control how we respond to external events, particularly negative ones. Anger, frustration, and resentment are natural reactions to being wronged. But the Stoics teach us that these emotions can chain us to the past and prevent us from living fully. By mastering our emotions, we unlock the true freedom to live a life of peace, clarity, and purpose. Anger is an especially dangerous emotion. When we allow ourselves to be consumed by it, we're essentially giving away our power. Anger ties us to the wrongdoer, as it keeps our minds fixed on the hurt they caused. It clouds our judgment and prevents us from seeing the bigger picture. In essence, anger is not a tool for empowerment, but a chain that binds us to the situation and prevents us from moving forward. The Stoics, like Marcus Aurelius, understood that we have the ability to choose our emotional responses. It's not the events themselves that disturb us, but our judgment of those events. When someone betrays us or disrespects us, we can choose to react with anger, or we can choose to remain calm, unaffected, and composed. This emotional distance doesn't mean we suppress our feelings or pretend they don't exist. It means we take a step back and observe our feelings without letting them control our actions. Self-control, the Stoics believed, is the pathway to true freedom. When we allow our emotions to dictate our responses, we give up control of our own lives. On the other hand, when we master our emotions, we become the true rulers of our fate. Imagine yourself in a situation where you've been wronged, yet, instead of reacting impulsively with anger or revenge, you remain calm, clear-headed, and unaffected. This emotional restraint is your strength. By practicing emotional mastery, we become resilient to the ups and downs of life. We stop letting the actions of others determine our peace of mind. This is not to say that we become emotionless or detached from reality. Rather, we become more in control of how we choose to experience the world. The more you train yourself to remain calm and composed, the less power external events and people will have over you. Mastering your emotions gives you the freedom to live with purpose and to focus on what truly matters. Your own growth and well-being. 5. Live so well that they become irrelevant. The ultimate revenge: someone betrays or wrongs you. The natural urge might be to get back at them, to show them the consequences of their actions. However, the Stoics teach us that true revenge isn't about retaliation. It's about living a life so fulfilling and successful that the people who hurt you become irrelevant. The best way to